Interesting.
We don't really know what's going to happen, but we're going to go for it and see what happens. I encourage you all to treat this as a game. Detach, react, detach, react, paper trade. Unless you've done this a few times, I would say paper trade it. But let me get this done first before I say too much. Let me go ahead and do what has to happen before we do this call. We are going to straddle the Fed announcement using short-term straddles. Before we even go there, let's do this. Stock, crypto, and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the stock, crypto, and options market. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. And this is neither an offer to buy, sell, or recommend a particular stock, crypto, or option. We can lose money on this, and we might, but we're just going to play. We're going to play with straddles. We're going to play with delta neutralization. We're going to take advantage of the Greeks and use short-term options. We can talk about all of that. The basic system that we're going to play with is to place an at-the-money straddle on the SPYs. You could use other instruments. That's just sort of like the biggest, most liquid one. And we're going to be using market orders to roll. So the SPYs is the tightest. SPY options have the tightest slippage on the planet. So that is the preferred instrument, given that we're going to be using market orders. We're going to place the straddle 5 to 10 minutes. And based on what Leo provided us, which I'll share here in a minute, we may do this 10 minutes before. And Jeff, who's on the call with me, who'll be tag teaming, Jeff will attest to that. I think, Jeff, you also said that getting in around 10 minutes before you can catch a move into the announcement at 2.
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you this this article here in a minute. We still got half an hour, so we got plenty of time. The exit rules are, I'd say, a 1 hour max hold time, depending on what the markets do. We've got the VWAP expert with us, Jeff, who might say, hey, the VWAP's telling us that this has got more to run. We may hold after an hour, but typically you get in right before 2 and you're out by 3, give or take, based on what actually happens. And then, consider taking $100 profit at any time. That'd be about a 20% profit. That's a decent, nice little quick pop exit rule. If you ever make $100, just take it off. And if you get no movement after the 2 p.m. announcement, you might consider exiting, but the real movement typically happens at 2:30 once Powell starts speaking. So again, the exit rules aren't hard, fast. It really depends upon what happens. Now, advanced, which is what we're going to do, is we're going to use delta neutral adjusting to eliminate directional risk. And we're going to use what we found out last time was about 1 point intervals tended to be where adjusting made some sense. We're also going to be using VWAP with Jeff's guidance. And we'll probably place our first straddle around 10 minutes prior to the announcement. Now, here's an article that Leo put up on the website on the discussion boards precisely. It's called this Fed announcement in interesting time coincidences while trading the SPY. So you can get access to that by going to the boards. But this is the data here. And Leo, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind just sort of walking us through what you discovered?
Yes, what I found, it looks like what it is that I went into my charting platform, the TradingView, and I've seen something last time already, the last 2 times, some kind of time coincidences, some timing in this interval where there are some similarities among the day of the Fed announcement. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that right before 2 p.m., more or less, was possible, it's possible, looks like, to enter the straddle, because at 2 p.m. there is a movement, and then there is another movement sometime not, right after 2 p.m., and then at 2:30, and then it looks like at 3, and then at 3:30. So there are those kind of repeating patterns and timing that maybe something happening,
Yeah, well, it makes sense, So these are the sort of the summary here. So get in right before 2 p.m. and then at 2 p.m. there might be a DNA, and then around 2:30 when the Fed speaks, when Powell speaks, typically there's a move, and then around 3 p.m. and then around 3:30 and 3:50. So we could use those, Leo, as we're going through this and see if it repeats. but we'll certainly be looking to DNA at these times. So right before 2:30, around 3:30, and 3:50.
Yeah.
All right.
And looking at the chart, I also put the potential buy and DNA if you would have done those trade on those dates, on those timing, that would have been kind of beneficial, you know, because the trade were working in that way. You know?
Yeah. So I can understand this chart. Is there a P&L shown on the chart somewhere?
I didn't put a P&L, no. I just wrote the price, and when was maybe go to DNA, and you can see that on all 4 occasions around 233 was the peak of the change between 230 and 220 and 230. At 230 more or less is when the big change start, as Jeff said. And around 233, more or less, right? 3 minutes. Because what I was doing also, I was using the 3-minute interval on trading view, because for me 1 minute is too fast. So I use the 3 minutes, and right after 230, boom, there is a peak. And if we were buying around right before 2 p.m., that was the right time to DNA or sell. It depends, you know, whatever we want to do. And then many other times, the next action was around 3:30, 3:33. And in one occasion there was also an option to sell or DNA in between 2:30 and 3:30.
Yeah. Brilliant. I know this took you some time, and you're a testimony to the power of a mastermind community. This is great data that we can use today. And I just want to thank you, man. I know this took you some time.
No problem.
Thank you for the contribution.
Really,
really great. So let's play with this. Well, that's great information. We're going to use it. Just briefly, here's to Bloomberg. I've been saying this. The Fed is caught between a rock and a hard place. The Fed needs to lift rates to curb inflation. And then if he does that, the banks could suffer. If he lifts rates, bond prices drop further, and that hurts banks, especially if they've invested a amount of money into treasury bonds, which is what happened to SVB. So it's a really tough spot for him to be in. And for those reasons, and Jeff said this already yesterday as well, is I think that probably nothing happens until 2:30. But when he starts speaking, people are going to be listening to what he sees happening in the banking sector, how he sees the future. If he's hawkish, if he predicts pain ahead in the banking sector, you know, it could say anything that could very well spark a movement. So right now, the spies are deer in the headlights. They're, as always typically happens, you know, that was yesterday's action. Today, the markets are waiting to see what the Fed has to say at 2:30. So
can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Are we looking at today's expiration or tomorrow's or an alternate date?
Yeah, good question. That's an important question, in fact. And it has to do with, the answer to the question has to do with sensitivities or the Greeks. So what we want is maximum gamma and delta. Now, what am I saying here? Maximum gamma and delta is how we're going to make money on this thing, because we need the stock to move to make money. Use in order to maximize the directional outcome. Let's take these. We don't need all these strikes here. Let's do just those. Let's do 10. So to maximize the directional impact, we're going to be using short-term options. The other thing which means they're going to expire today. We're going to use today's options. They have the fastest gamma. We're going to be in an hour. So we'll have an hour of time decay. We're going to have a little bit of IV crush, perhaps. We're going to be in this trade and out of this trade, I'd say no later than 3:30. You might take it to close, depending on what happens. But really, 3 o'clock is sort of the rough exit time. So we're going to be in the trade for an hour. We're not going to get hit too much with time decay. And IV will come out a little bit, but it's not going to crash. So this is fast pitch. This is using options that expire in 2 hours from entry. And we want to use these options because we'll make more money than if we use options that expire yet tomorrow or anytime afterwards? Good question. Good question. Okay. Now, a couple of quick things. I went ahead and set up a template in Thinkorswim because what we're going to be doing is probably 250. I think go ahead and buy a straddle at the money straddle, probably $3.99. We'll buy that straddle. We'll get filled. And then the other thing I want you to point out here is look at the slippage on a straddle. It's 2 cents wide. All right. So I don't need to worry about getting filled at mid price. We're going to use market orders. It's another thing not on the slides. We'll use market orders to enter and exit. The slippage is virtually meaningless, 2 cents. So that's allows us to trade market orders, get in and get out. So we'll get filled. And then as soon as we're filled, let's say we're filled at $3.99, then we're going to set up the next order to roll. Okay, so I've set up a template. And the way you do that in Thinkorswim is, notice here, it's not, I couldn't get it to the buy legs are on the outside and the sell legs in the middle. So let's say we buy the $3.99, then I'm going to set up an order to sell the $3.99 and then maybe buy the 400, and the 400 or 398 will depend upon where the market goes. So all I got to do once I'm in is to modify the prices. Expiration dates are set. It's the SPYs. It's today. And this will enable me to quickly DNA. All right. So Leo, this is where we'll use our 1 minute bars. And we're going to have Jeff looking at VWAP. We're going to be looking at the SPYs. And we're going to do it live for a whole hour. Well, it's probably 45 minutes. Well, Leo, I got you at the what, 2, 3, 2, 4 or 5 o'clock. So, that's the only thing I got next. So
no problem. You can also move.
Right
No
after.
worry. No worry.
All right, good. So we can go as long as we need to. Now, to set up a template in Thinkorswim, you can use this button right here. So you build a custom order, and then you click this, and you give it a name. And I'm going to call this Fed SPY roll or DNA. And I got another one, so I'll save it. And now when it comes time to roll the order, let's say we got in at $3.99 and all of a sudden the SPYs are at 400. I'll come over here, right click the bid price and click buy custom. And then you'll notice here that template is here. I click that, and then it's going to give me my next setup. All right, so then all I got to do, I don't have to worry about strikes. I don't have to worry about building this. It's already built. Then I can quickly change the strikes, and you'll see me do this as we go along.
Can I ask you to walk through that one more time?
Yeah. So you'll want to build let me build it for you. So here's how you'd start. So you say, maybe you want to sell the 400 straddle, control click, buy the 399. We're going to use different strikes. So you build up the order. Now, when I use it, I'm going to have to change the strikes. That's all I got to worry about changing. And then once you've done that, you click this button there. And you get the name. It's right next to the delete key. Looks like a clipboard, I think. Some pages. I don't know what that icon is. Click it, give it a name. And then once you've done that, you can come right up here and say, buy custom. And then pick these are the 2 customs that I have. All right, so you got 15 minutes to set that up. And then let me see, where's Jeff?
I'm right here. I'm listening.
Hey, so Gerardo says we could share our screen simultaneously. So can we practice that?
Okay.
So I'll share my screen if you can share yours. And if we can do that, then we can see me place the orders and you tell us what VWAP's saying. So we're going to try to do that. We've never done this before. So Gerardo, once you share, Gerardo will see if he can get both our screens up.
I bet you can see mine now because I can see something around it.
I only see mine. How about the rest of you? Do you see 2 screens? Anybody see 2 screens?
No,
I've got the option table up.
This says you are screen sharing.
Gerardo?
I'm working on that to see.
So, what's our entry time? Is it 2:50, 2:53? What do you think?
is it,
Yeah.
is it 2 or 1? Aren't we
I'm
entering before?
150.
Sorry, it's 150, 153, 155. What do we think?
Yeah, 155, 157.
Okay. We'll shoot for 155. That gives us
So-
9 minutes.
Well, first of all, what I would be doing, Mike, is right now, SPY is moving up towards the VWAP.
Okay,
And VWAP is currently sitting at 398.62.
okay.
So, is it 398, 399? Where do we really want to go? Is going to be the call, right?
Right.
There's not a 39.50, right?
No, we could strangle it, but then that's going to make it hard to neutralize.
No, don't want to do that, straddle. If you do a strangle, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, and it's going to be harder to manage. Now, the strangle does give you a more facility to delta neutralize, though. You can lift it just up a call, lift the call down or drop the call.
Right.
But I'm with, it's got to be straddles, I'd say. So you're saying that let me stop sharing so we can see your screen. And maybe you can give us just a brief overview of the VWAP.
Yeah, I'm going to do this in the simplistic one that you and I talked about.
Yeah.
All right. Can you guys see my screen? It says you are screen sharing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the VWAP is this blue line. And what VWAP is the volume weighted average price. And volume weighted average price is usually what the brokers are looking for that day, as far as where they're going to buy. If they're below it, they're buying. If they're above it, they're selling. And the overall general population is moving towards that volume weighted average. The other lines that you're seeing here is 1 standard deviation is this green line, 2 is the tan line, 3 is this whatever color you want to call that. But if you just look at, let me see if I can shrink this a little bit. The course of today, it opened up here. It went down to 2 standard deviations, went back up to just above the blue line, just above VWAP. So you see it was hovering around VWAP, then broke above VWAP, and it ran like crazy, and then it got itself out of control. And what did it do? It gravitated back to the volume weighted average. Then it broke down below it, went back up, and it hovered around here till, oh God, probably about noon. And then all of a sudden the talking heads were on TV and saying what they want to say. And next thing you know, this thing started to tank. But again, it got outside of 2 standard deviations. And where are we going? We're gravitating right back up to this blue line. And the blue line is the 398.63. So what I see happening is I see us by about 2 o'clock being right around 398.63.
Mm-hmm. One a distinction that came to me when Jeff was explaining this to me was the VWAP line. The blue line is like gravity.
Yes.
It sucks the stock towards that line, and it's like a resistance level in this case. If it breaks above it, then good chance it might go up to the upper line, the green line above it, and vice versa. If I'm correct, Jeff, correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
No. If it breaks above it, so typically what day traders are doing, and you got to remember a lot of day traders and computers are doing a lot of trading, right? What'll happen is once it breaks above it, then they're typically buying the stock and putting a stop in down here. So their risk is minimal, and it's in pennies. And then, if all of a sudden it takes off, then they keep rising their stop, or they then move the stop up to the VWAP, which is what they did here. And then once it turned over and it did not go back up above it again, that's why you see the massive bars to the downside is they all flipped, sold, and then turned around and went short, and down she came.
Hmm. All right, so we can use this as we're deciding when to DNA. So if we start seeing the VWAP broken and stocks making a run, then we won't DNA, right, Jeff?
Correct.
All
And-
right.
If when it goes there, 398.62, something like that, do we do a 399 straddle?
Well, that's the wild card because you're actually in no man's land, right? Between 399 and 398. You know, I guess the prognosis is what do you think the direction will be? And I can tell you the direction is going to be up or it's going to go down first, then up. And it typically, I mean, if you look at Leo, your numbers from what you did, I love that chart you had. What it typically does is it'll drop and then all of a sudden it rebounds.
Yeah.
It goes opposite direction. And then again at 230, between 230 and 235, 240, and Leo, you hit the nail on the head with 233. That's typically when we're now going to get the direction for the next half hour. And it comes down to the conversation that's then going to take place.
Love it, love it, love it. Wow, good stuff, Jeff. Gerardo, are we able to share two screens, you think?
Well, yeah, it works really good if you have two screens, like I do.
I do.
So you can see both on one of them on each screen. But if you have just one screen, you can go to the top of your screen where it says the view menu, and there you will be able to change screens. So that way, Jeff and you don't need to be worrying about sharing and all that. So if you go to the Zoom call,
The Zoom menu at the top, right?
correct, on the right top side of a Zoom screen, you will see a menu. It says view, and it has a couple of squares there. So there you should be able to select which screen you want to see. I'm trying to. One sec.
So how do you, if you have more screens, how do you get both showing?
I'm trying to get.
You should down on the taskbar or at the bottom of your screen,
Yeah.
where you see the sign, the Zoom logo, then you will see different screens there. So you open one of them and it should be one of the screens shared. You take that one and move it to the other screen.
All right, we may not be able to pull this off. We can try it.
So Mike, it's better that they see your trading, what trades you're making, and I will keep you keyed in.
Okay, I agree. That sounds good. So let's reset and I'll reshare. We got 2 minutes before the start. Oh, my screen's off. Sorry. I'm excited. I like this. This is I'm bouncing around a little bit. This is going to be fun. All right, let's get in there. And so here's the spies. I'm going to put a minute bar up here. We're going to trade this minute by minute, all y'all. And I don't have VWAP on here, although I could have put it on. Jeff, we're right up around 398-ish, 398.5. So I'm going to go into trade. And I think I'm going to go after the 399. So I've got straddles selected here. If you want to do this on Thinkorswim, it would behoove you to set this up as straddles. So you're viewing the straddles. And we've got 1 minute and the stock's at 398.5. I'm just going to go 399. The prices are pretty much the same here, right? 398.
Yeah, they are. They're a penny difference.
Yeah, there's really not much of a deal here. So I'm going to grab that 399 and then I will do one contract. It's going to cost us 546. You know, I could go after market orders here. I'm not worried about 2 cents. Let's not worry about not getting filled because we're asking for mid price. Let's take that out of the equation. And then right now it's 5 minutes before, confirm and send market order, give us an immediate fill. Okay, so that's done. We're in. And now what I'm going to do, the next step, as soon as you're filled, is to go to the option chain again. And let's just say we're expecting the stock to rise. I'm going to go ahead and buy the straddle or invoke the order type, right click, buy custom. And I'm going to pick the order that I mentioned before, changing it to market. And then I'm going to be selling the 399 that I have now. So I'm just going to change the form around. And I'm going to anticipate now that we're going to drop from here. So I'll set up 398. Although we might flip it to 400 depending on what happens. I can get 398 on the screen here. So I set it up just in case the stock drops to 398. Now, if it starts rising, I'll change the 398s here to 400. So we're going to start by doing 1 point. If the spies move a point, we're going to be adjusting every point. And we might change it based on Jeff's input. So that's our plan for today. You can see here, the orders are ready to go. Sell the 399, call and put, and then buy the 398. So the next step, now that we're in, is to just keep an eye on what happens. Hey, Jeff, you're right. As well, it's up to,
Real
it's heading up. It's heading
hairline right now here, so.
Jeff, look at the spies run up. You were right, man. Right to the VWAP.
157.
So now it's going to pull back just a little bit. Because just keep in the back of your mind, 398.63 is the VWAP. So if it's running, it will, but it'll normally gravitate right back to that volume weighted average price.
Awesome. We got 3 minutes before the announcement. There's coming down, Jeff. What's it feel like to have such a crystal ball, man?
Well, I'll tell you, this is how I get out of straddles, how I get out of iron condors. I mean, Andrew's been, I think, pegging into it as well.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
once you figure this out, you can manage additional risk management, Mike, is really the way I put it.
Yeah, it's a good way for managing risk. Yeah. Well said, man. All right, we got 3 minutes before the announcement. Anybody got questions, comments? This is open, so if you want to speak, go ahead. This is a trader forum. We're welcoming.
When is Jeff going to teach his class?
I'm working
VWAP?
on the slides. Sorry, I was in the middle of a potential acquisition,
Oh,
so.
I'm sorry, Jeff, that's partially rhetorical. I'm fascinated by this indicator, and I cannot wait for you to teach us what you know.
Gotcha. Working on it.
Okay, okay.
We got some movement. We got 2 more minutes.
And look at the last 2 minutes, right? Down, back up, and where's it going? Right to the volume weighted average price.
I could put.
Zoom your chart in.
I'll throw some VWAP on here to give them at least a clue what you're looking at.
Yeah,
What's my, what do I need my settings to be, Jeff?
just right there, hit apply.
Okay. Okay, so now the VWAP is the purple line, right?
Yeah, it happens to be your 200 a day and everything seems to be moving on the same number.
Yeah. Okay, coming up on 2 o'clock. Move, baby.
You can't miss it when it goes because it's huge.
So we want a DNA around, what do we have, the 399? Let me just make sure. We have the 399. So, I'm thinking we're going to DNA
400.
at 400 or maybe 398.
The
Depending on.
problem is your first 30 seconds is when it makes the major move. So you're going to miss that DNA.
Yeah.
It just always does that.
Mm-hmm. Let me get my order type ready. Got market, yep, 399. Just got to figure out the next strike, waiting.
Look at where the price is.
Okay, it's 2
Right in the
o'clock.
middle.
Can somebody tell us what the news was?
It hasn't hit yet. I got CNBC in the little monitor over here. It's hit. Can you tell?
Oh, yeah.
25
Here we go.
basis points.
Here we go. Here we go.
Going up. What was the announcement?
Ray
25
had
basis
25
points.
cents, But he had 25 points.
Okay, so I'm gonna get my, see, it takes a little time. If you didn't have this template, it would be tough. So I'm
So you're over 4.
It hit it?
Yeah, you're 417 or 40.
Okay, I just hit the DNA.
Yeah,
I don't know why it hasn't filled. Come on.
you hit market, right?
Yeah.
Because it's moving quick.
It's not filling.
Now comes the downward
Got it.
swing.
Okay, now
Here
we're
she
filled.
comes.
We are filled. Now I got to set up the next one. Take a look here, what's happening. We're at 400.
You set up a 401 and a,
I can't do both. Hold on. So
okay.
let's do next.
It's coming down, Mike.
It's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So I'm going to get the 400 ready. I don't know where it's going, but I'm going to get the next order ready. So I do the same thing, right click,
Raise the rates a quarter point.
buy custom. And then I want to sell the 400, which is what we have. And I need to get ready on the next one. So we'll wait to see which way it's going. Looks like it's coming back down to 399, maybe. We're right at 400 is where the strike is. So nothing to do just yet. I'm looking for 401 or 399. We started at 399. We rolled up to 400. And now that's where it is currently. 401 DNA, 399 DNA. So we'll see what happens here. I feel nervous.
I suspect 399 will be your next move.
Okay. Let me get that set up just in case. That's what I have. So I've already got that order set up. I'm ready to go the minute that happens. If it does, if it goes higher, then we'll readjust. We might just hang out here until 2:30. We don't know. We'll see.
You ready? 399.
Oh, okay. We hit it.
Yeah.
Confirm and send. Send. Another DNA. Back to, so now I got to get the next one set up. Back to trade.
And this
Right,
one I don't know yet.
Buy custom. And then so the 399 is ready. I just got to get the next strike. At 398's in there. Sell the 399 back to the 398. The next strike down. We're at 399.
Well, you hit that right on,
Bouncing up.
nailed that on the, right on the mark.
Oh, going back up to 400.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll get 400 set up.
yeah, get ready for 4. While you're waiting, just so everyone's aware, you need 3 confirmation candles. And if you notice on the 1-minute chart, it had 2 down and now it's going back up.
Okay,
So
we hit 400. I'm going to roll again.
yeah,
Send.
you're close.
Got it. I'll set up the 400 sell order.
There you go, 400.
Yeah, I got it. Where's it going next, Jeff?
Right now, I think it's still gonna keep going up.
All right, I'll get 401 set up then. And then I don't even know what our P&L is, but we're gonna see what happens. I got screwed up last time with all the moving parts, but now I have the template.
I'm still negative.
I'm a little negative too. We need more than $1 movement to make this thing
I
work.
think so. You ready?
400 is a big.
401, you think?
We're heading that way. We're at 400.5.
Is right at the resistance. The
Yeah.
daily resistance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Right there.
That's a big. I mean, okay, moving average anyway. 50 moving average.
You can set up this template in Schwab also.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because you can set up everything ahead of time and save it all.
401, Mike.
All right. Boom. DNA. Hasn't filled yet. I don't know why at market price.
There it is, 401.08, 1202. It's gotta be hitting by now.
It hasn't yet. I don't know why. I'm using the simulated platform. Maybe next time I'll use my real account. Fill isn't happening. The market order fill is not. Now we're paying 3 cents more.
Now what's happening? I'm seeing the VWAP, the top one is now going up as well as the center line. They're both
This-
going up.
The second deviation.
You're right.
Yeah, it's right now, it's leaving the VWAP.
So that's what that means. Okay.
Yep.
That's gonna hit 402.
Yep, get ready for 402, Mike. We're at 401.67.
All right. 402. 402. Okay, that order's ready. Shows a 5-cent credit. Oh,
Well,
let's go.
once he starts to speak, it's gonna get interesting.
The other thing he said was that he's planning 75 basis points of rate cuts in 2024.
Oh.
That's why the jump.
And they're claiming that the banking system is sound and resilient.
Oh, yeah, right. I wonder how the SVB people think about that.
Well, SVB depositors,
You're right, right.
management's doing just fine.
And the other 200 that are in question.
Correct. Correct. All right, so I still have the 401. I'm waiting for 402 or 400.
Yeah, get ready for 400 because it's starting to pull back.
All right.
Probably just gonna go sideways right now.
Okay, we got that ready. And we have 23 minutes. So Pat, is there a video that people could use to set up templates in Schwab that you know of?
Yeah, you can call in. I don't know about a video, but I just call in and like I have to call in. They do have the VWAP on it, but I can't get it showing. So I got to call in and they'll walk you right through it.
Okay.
And to save them, it's real simple. You can either, when you're putting in a trade, you can put it in or save it, and then they list it on your account.
Oh, that's awesome.
But later on, when Jeff does his seminar, I want to see what, there's all kind of different parameters they're asking for.
Really? We're almost at 400, Mike.
All right. Tell me when. We're there yet?
No, it all of a sudden then reversed when I said that.
I had it ready.
Barely reversed, but I mean, it's 400.29.
Looks like next big time gonna be 230, 233.
Yep.
The 206 went up in a day, huh?
Come on, baby. Got it.
It's almost there.
What is it?
Doji.
It went down to 0.08, but then went back up to 0.25. So it's hovering.
It doesn't quite want to do it.
No, it's this next minute.
206 was again the biggest jump. 206, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's right on the data, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike,
There you
I don't
go,
know.
400.
All right, got it. Let me get the roll here quickly. Shows a 2-cent credit. Not really getting a lot of credit on these rolls. Okay. Wait a minute. Do I have this? Oh, you know what I'm doing here? I see what I've done wrong. I need to make it market. It's not market. There we go. Okay, that'll fill. All right, we now will have here shortly the 400. We got the 400. Did we? Oh, it's still waiting. Market.
It should have been, it's at 399.99,
Okay, I just got it.
a blue light special.
So now we have. Let's see here. We're
Couple
trading
days.
water. We've got, oh, there's a mistake here. 400s. Okay, so we got the 400s now. Create custom order, right click. And so we're at 400. Where do we go next?
Right, so 399.03 is the VWAP.
Okay. So we definitely
And
do.
here we
Here
go.
we go.
We're going to it.
Okay, so sell the 400 by the 399. Okay. Charts. Gravity.
Interesting, Jeff, those couple dojis and then it takes off again.
Yeah, I mean, it's knowing candles and knowing this. I mean, these guys that day trade, I mean, I've seen guys making $20,000 and $30,000 doing this, but they buy a lot of shares, right? And they're
Yeah.
only in it for 10 minutes.
Wow.
Mike, if you click on the times and sales on the right-hand side, that can give you some additional fun information.
Oh,
What are
wow.
people doing?
That's great.
Yeah, I got that running on mine as well.
All right, we got 28 minutes, no, 18 minutes left before 2:30.
So clearly there's some definite amounts of trading going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's positioning.
Everybody's waiting for 2:30.
That's for all the on the muscle day traders.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody
So who-
actually trading this right now?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good.
Yes.
but
I'm looking
not as a day trade. It's not.
Here we go, Mike, you ready?
Where are we going?
Down.
399,
Okay.
and we're there.
Got it.
Wow. Back in the middle.
That head and
And-
shoulders
Exactly.
from the beginning. Or from 2 o'clock, I mean.
From at 2 o'clock, it took off at 398.59, and we're almost back there.
We're right, almost there, yeah.
So Pat, have you started using this VWAP?
I haven't. I've been actually waiting for your class, and I started to set up the trades today, but I got it too. I was doing strangle setup, so we don't want to do that. So I'm going to do that the next time.
All right, Mike, you're heading towards 398 would be the next move.
Okay. Buy custom market.
I want to be a little more prepared and ready to go for this.
Well, the thing that I've looked at is, like Leo did, I think 3 minutes are more comfortable because this can be very stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
1 minute is quick.
Yeah.
But setting up I was setting up strangles, just buying the ones, or selling the one side, and you just don't want to do that. You got to get out of one and get into another.
Correct. I found that out the hard way the first time.
We going back up to 400?
No, we're sitting right
Sitting.
on the VWAP.
So we either bounce or we break through, right?
We do have a hammer though, so you might be going back up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
Here's
there
the hammer.
is,
there she
Yep.
goes.
yep,
Good
it's
call.
going up.
Get ready for 400.
But now, like I said, you need 2 candles to validate, so the next candle will be important.
You get the order at 400 setup.
Yeah. Get it set up because we're at 399.69.
Yeah.
Those of you who are trading, are you seeing a profit at this point, or would you expect to see the profit after 2:30?
Well, I quickly got out.
Did you
Yeah, I mean, the-
make some money?
I made $75 and I said, okay, I gotta watch this and help here more so than watching my phone. Cause I trade on my phone.
Wow.
Oh,
Boy,
I can't even
good
imagine.
eyesight.
Yeah, really. I can't even imagine trading on my phone, man.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
I do trade on the phone.
That's the phone 17 inches.
No, I mean, I literally just, everything's right there. All I gotta do is point and click and send and off she goes.
My fingers are too thick.
We're sitting right back at the VWAP again. Mike.
Still, it's too thick.
I've got 400 ready in case it bounces. If it breaks down, I'll flip it to 398.
Gotcha.
Make sure
I mean,
that's
we're at 217, so it's gonna hover right around here for a little bit.
yeah.
But pretty much, Mike, the way that we talked it through is how it's played out so far.
Yeah, precisely. It broke the VWAP, went above that upper standard deviation and right back to the VWAP afterwards.
Correct.
It's brilliant.
Now let's see if
Is-
we're right on the 233 per Leo.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to say good afternoon, folks, first, so.
This is a different style of trading where we're watching stuff change on a per second basis
Mm-hmm.
and worrying about it.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta be 25 to do this.
It's not something I would want to do every day, that's for sure.
No,
No,
no, no.
no, no. I used to do this with ES Mini. You don't want to do that. No.
Yeah.
Not worth.
Did you make money doing that, Leo?
Yes, but was too stressful. Like,
Yeah.
no, not for me, not for me. It's not my thing.
Our year of elite, they took us to the to watch the market, and oh my God. To the CBOE,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah.
Isn't it stressful there?
Oh,
My
I
God.
just, I mean, it was earlier, there were more people there, but, and so it was even worse. I mean, and then they put us in teams to have to do it. It was like, no, nervous breakdown time.
Well,
That's why you can see all those guys drink and they're crazy.
Yeah.
Cocaine and alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no lunch, no nothing, just do it. Here we go back up.
Mike, we're heading towards 400.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's stuck on the first standard deviation.
I'm ready when you give me the go ahead. We're gonna sell the 399 and get the 400.
Almost there.
Yeah, almost.
Like you can see the price up in the
There it
top
is.
part of your
Go
screen.
ahead, 400.
Boom. Give it to me. We're back at 400. Get the next one ready. Custom.
Yeah, heading towards 401.
Excellent. This template is you must have it. It's still a little cumbersome, but it's if you didn't have this, forget it. That's why I had so much trouble last time.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you got market order too.
Yeah. So I missed that. Waiting for 401 now.
Getting close. Yeah, I'm almost, it's almost easier on the watching yours and Schwab. You can just pack it in all the saved trades you want. So you can have it in either direction, just ready to go.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure that can be done in Thinkorswim if I dug in enough to figure it out. Once a month, this is fun, you know? Hang
Yeah,
out in the room.
yeah. I mean, it takes a village, though.
No doubt.
Nice to have the secretary there. Making the trades and the watchers and
Uh-huh.
the whole bit.
I'm basically breaking even at the moment on all the adjustments I did.
We're
No.
coming back to 399.
Okay. $3.99. Right. Oops. Right there. It's ready. I don't even know for sure that 1 point increments are the proper place to DNA. I just don't know. I will tell you that we're breaking even at the moment. And had you not done the DNA, I would imagine that we would be down a bit. So that's what I think has happened. But we still haven't had a big enough
It'd
move.
be down $1.40 or $1.10. Sorry, $1.10 if you had just bought and held on.
Oh, that's good to know. So that would mean that well, roughly 20%. You'd be down about 20% without the DNA. So we've kept ourselves at a break even, waiting for 230.
Right, because the 399 straddle is right now $4.43, and you did 546.
I'm
Right.
down 19%. Exactly. 19% at this time.
19%. All right. Now we're flat with the adjustments I've
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's a nice piece of information. It was, in my head, academically, that made sense, but we're seeing, at least in this case, with very small movements in the spies. It looks like a lot, but that's really what's happening.
Is your
That's-
trade real or paper trade?
I'm in a paper trading environment at the moment.
Because if it's real, you need to be day trader. If not, you can't do that.
Yeah, right. Too many. So you'd
Well,
have to have
another-
25K in your account and then make sure you have enough money to do it. So Leo, you're doing DNA, Leo?
I'm waiting for 233.
So
Whatever.
you're not doing anything.
No
Okay.
matter what, I'm gonna DNA at 233.
All
So,
right.
so Mike, this is Phil. Have you really got that many credits? Because I've done 5 DNAs,
Mm-hmm.
and one was even, 2 were small debits, and then I had 1 credit that was a 31, and that was the biggest one I had.
I haven't looked at the individuals. I'm just looking over here at the P&L. So it shows $16, but I had $16 when I started. I had a SPY trade on today. So my net P&L for open P&L is 0 for all the trades I've done. So I'm just basing it on that. I haven't calculated the credits. I haven't even looked at that stuff really yet. We'll look at it later.
Okay.
But I did notice that some of these were debit trades, small debits.
Well, and the swings haven't been that large
They
compared
were
to
larger
other.
last time, right?
Yeah, big time.
But last time, if you remember, until 230, more or less was like this. Huh?
Right.
Then everything started after 230.
Yeah, I think when we get more movement, it's going to be good if depending on what he says there at 230. But I know, like, for my entrance, I gotta beat out that 546. I kind of went in at the same time. So if we exited right now, it'd be that 110 loss, and I've only DNA'd like 29 cents worth.
We're almost at 399, Mike.
Okay. Oh, there it is. We hit it?
If we did it, bounced
Bounced
off of
right
it.
back.
Like a penny short.
Okay.
Because 399.09 is the VWAP.
Hmm.
Can't tell where it's gravitating towards.
Yep, right to it.
All right, getting ready for 399. Nope. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
That's a big
399.
hammer, so might go there.
Maybe up from
Waiting for the gentleman. Yeah, start going up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, because it bounced off of the VWAP.
Maybe it'll give him a nice round number, 400 before he speaks.
And that's our current strike, so that would be perfect.
100.
Thinkorswim hasn't published anything since 2:15. So apparently news is being quiet.
Hmm.
Yeah, on CNBC, they're showing the room getting set up.
That's hard for those folks to keep their mouth shut.
They get paid to talk.
As George always said, put it on mute.
Yeah. Especially Squawk Box in the morning with Kramer and
God,
God. You guys shut up. I watch Bloomberg. I think it's a little cleaner. Sensationalism.
Yeah.
yeah.
Since I'm a night owl, I do that through the night. I watch it a little bit.
All right, just going sideways, waiting for 2:30.
Yeah. Get that flask out now.
And by the way, while we're waiting for a move, I wanted this morning, I looked for a bullish and bearish broken wing butterfly on a market index, and I wasn't able to find one. But I didn't spend enough time. I ran out of time. I forgot about it, and I just tried this morning, and I didn't see any I liked. So that's another way to trade these, is to, if you're a broken wing butterfly trader, is to put a bull and a bear and straddle essentially with broken wing butterflies, the announcement.
We're back to 400.
100.
We have the 400 currently,
Yeah.
so we're going to sell that in a minute, hopefully. 3 minutes. Yeah, the benefit of putting these broken wings on before the announcement is the IV is elevated. And then if there is movement, the IV comes out and the broken
Right.
wings will benefit from that with negative vega. So I think it's probably a better way to trade than this. This is too, I feel nervous. I'm trying to place, I'm making a mistake. Shit.
If you don't have your flask in your pocket, the broken wing might be a little quieter. Over the. Oh.
Over
Hey,
the
that's a good
400.
idea, Pat. I'll be right back. I was actually thinking that when we were doing this. I mean, I could use a cocktail.
Certainly after.
But
5
you'll need-
o'clock somewhere.
Precisely. Yeah.
Somebody on the call, it's 5 o'clock. It's gotta be.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah. And for Key West, it's 5 o'clock every hour.
West is 5 o'clock everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
80 bars in town. It's 5 o'clock everywhere.
I remember the first time I went to Key West, I had just gotten a job in Tampa. I was right out of college. And Tampa blew my mind, like, oh my God, I was from North Carolina and went to Key West. Oh, good God. I was like a kid in a candy store.
Come now in spring break. Oh, God. And of course, too many shootings in Miami, so they decided to even overload here. Too many shootings in Mexico. So Key West this year has been just overloaded.
I'm up in Port St. Lucie. Pat.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
Is that where you live, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've been here a couple of years.
It's nice there.
Well, I
like-
moved from Syracuse, New York, so yeah.
Out there,
Yeah.
especially in the winter months, right?
Oh, yeah. They still got almost 1.5 feet of snow last Saturday.
Crazy,
Wow.
crazy. I'm over that.
Ain't nobody got time for snow, man.
All right, here we go.
All right, we're just
3
waiting.
minutes, 400.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
We're fucked.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, we're right at 400. So Pat, he did just what you asked, get it to
Yeah.
400.
Yeah, gave him a nice round number.
Mhm. Talk faster. So what he was
Oh,
saying
he
is
must
that
be saying something negative.
We got past the good afternoon. Mm,
When he said hello, it was all over.
yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
there we go, down. Mm,
Now, and we're waiting, Leo's waiting for 233. Yeah.
mm, mm.
last time it went down only 2 points from 2 o'clock to
Indecision.
2:33, where 2 points are different. And
Must
then
be-
it started going up.
Talking about the weather or something.
He literally just walked into he just got to the podium.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
You're looking at his face. What's his face look like?
They
Oh,
must like it.
positive, wow. 401, Jeff, or, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we think, Jeff, if you think it's going to run, I won't DNA at 401. Maybe we could wait if you see something compelling.
Okay.
But at this point, I'm ready to DNA at 401. Really no movement. It looks like it was not much, few cents.
All right, Leo, it's almost time.
Almost there. What happens?
All right. 401's ready.
Now it's pulling back.
Committed to learn lessons from this episode and to work with
Ooh.
events like this. Yada, yada.
Must be just bullshit.
The broader economy and monetary policy.
Probably talking about the banks, right?
The labor market.
He is. He's saying we're gonna learn our lesson.
I understand the hardship.
Mm,
And
Isn't that nice?
Back down.
So we're back to
Charlie's-
400, Mike,
Okay.
399.50. It hasn't decided yet.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
233, Leo.
Yeah.
He was late in starting, so hold off.
Was he late?
Yeah.
Although some of that strength may reflect the effects of swings in the weather across the term of the year. In contrast, activity in the housing sector.
Well, no need to DNA. Straight to 399.
Higher interest rates and slower output growth also appear to be playing.
Are you 399, Leo?
Yeah, 399. Perfect spot.
Yeah, just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's showing our summary of economic projections.
Did you get a credit to roll
Projections
399, Leo?
I didn't check yet. No. I don't think so.
and 1.2% next year.
I don't know.
Median estimate of
No, I can't because I'm 399. So
No, you can't do anything. We're coming right back to your spot.
yeah.
Get the labor
399.16 is the VWAP.
since they
Mhm.
Mm,
employment rate remained low at over 3.6%. Labor force participation is at
Well, that 1 minute right to the left of what's going on now, hit right at 399.16, Jeff.
Yeah. That's 3-4 times. So if it
Yeah, look at
doesn't
it.
want to die, it's a buy. Remember that.
Yeah,
Okay.
supply and demand conditions. The labor market economy is better balanced.
Okay.
That rhymes, Jeff.
Yeah.
know
I'll
that?
tell you what, this is probably going to go up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get 401 ready.
So the bar on the graph started at 233. So that's 233 is the beginning, it's not the end. Let's see what happens.
12 months ending in January.
Mm,
There we go.
Prices rose
1, 2,
We
3.
broke below it.
excluding
Oh,
the energy.
399.
oh,
There we go.
Excluding those.
past 399.
Have we hit 399?
Yeah,
398,
398.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll down to 399, confirm and send,
Yeah, 399.
Got it. Now we have the 399s. Yes. I go back to,
Might be 398.
I think 398's next.
Median
Oh,
it's
it's a
looking
just a
like it.
long bar.
3% this year, 2.5% next year, and 2.1% in 2025.
All right, it's set for 398 currently. Market chart. Oh, now keep on going. Come on.
Well,
Can go down 397. I think it's gonna go down 397.
398's ready.
gone.
Got it.
Got it.
398.
398, all right.
Yeah. This is support the 397.38.
Okay, we're at 398.
Still going down.
Trade, and then we got 398, so by custom, I think 397 perhaps.
Could
Yeah.
be, yeah, 396.45 is the third standard deviation.
Wow.
It's
Trying to come back.
rising.
Oh, look, it hit that. In my chart, I guess that's one standard deviation. It hit it, now it's bouncing back up.
Yes.
Oh, there's that hammer.
Big one. There we go.
So I just bought the call.
399, Mike.
Okay. Thank you.
There. There it
And it
is.
hit.
Yeah, 399.
Yep. And still going up.
Oh, run, baby, run.
All right, let's get our 399. Got it.
And he
And then-
still hasn't said anything that Thinkorswim News is willing to publish.
Are you shocked?
They don't understand what he said.
Very quick. Wow, it's crazy. I wasn't able to place the 397.
Get
Unbelievable.
ready for 400.
400.
Yeah.
373. UVXY is up.
Wow.
I got 400 ready.
Yeah, it's
Close.
at 399.53.
Getting there. There we go.
There you go, 400.
Okay. Market, no, market, come on, Mikey, market. Confirm and send. Monitor. All right, we're now at 400. Make sure. Yeah, we're at 400. Get the next one ready.
One back down.
TLT is going up, SPY, the UUP is going down.
Yeah.
Ah,
UUP is going down, the markets are going up.
Gold is up.
This really is not those biggest swings as we had the last couple of
No.
times, I must say.
yeah, really about a 1 or 2 point swing either way. It's just not enough movement.
No. Or volatility, actually, probably.
So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see, Leo, if you did yours now, you'd be getting out right where you got in.
Right.
Yeah.
It was too quick. I wasn't able to DNA at 397. Oh man.
Here we
Wow,
go up,
DNA.
Here we go,
400.
400.
all right, we have the 400. So we
Okay.
want to sell by 401s maybe.
At 450 is some support there. I wonder if he'll get
I think
past.
you'll get to 402.
Really?
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you say that, Jeff? Just so we can understand.
Well, because I sent, first of all, 401.53 is the third standard deviation. And just looking, go back to the hammer that Jeff talked about. There's a lot of strength that came off of that and it went through the VWAP. Now that we're above the VWAP, remember I said if it doesn't want to die, it's a buy.
Mhm.
And now we're back up above that. So it flushed out anybody that was not convicted. And I believe that's going to just keep moving up.
Because that takes us above the, what, the 205 one, which the highest is 401.69 of the whole run.
Yeah, right there.
401.36, I think. Or,
36, is it?
yeah, I can't tell.
I think
Or
we're
no,
switching.
401.60 something.
401.70
Yeah, that's what it says.
at 205, 206.
Yep, that was the high.
And if it breaks above that, everybody who's shorted there
They're gonna run.
are going to get squeezed.
Yep.
And here comes a squeeze.
There you go, Jeff.
401's ready.
Yeah, better be. It's gonna go fast.
Close.
87, 96,
Yep.
Should I wait until 402?
Yes, go.
401, 20, 401,
One-
35.
Wow.
Go up to 410.
You can wait till 402.
Oh.
Yeah.
Peace.
4.
What's it? Where's it now?
It just back down to 400.586.
No, I missed it.
That's all right, because look at, you're always after 2 or 3 up bars, there's always 1 or 2 pullbacks, then it takes off again.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Look
do
at 20 seconds on this minute.
Yeah, see, it's struggling right up there.
401.75 is the third standard deviation, so it's not too far from 402.
No, there we go.
If that's a
There you go.
meaningful level, then we could DNA there when it hits that.
Go 1, 2, 3 up minutes.
Pretty solid, aren't they?
Yeah,
And then you got a little bit of a sell. You'll have a sell right here.
yeah.
And that's why I always say you got to have 2. The second bar is always the convicted one.
Mhm.
And now is the 50 moving average.
So Leo, did you DNA now at 401?
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for 3 o'clock. Because at this point it's still too
Don't
early.
have a moving time frame.
Huh?
Do not have a moving time frame. I've noticed that. I got myself in trouble with moving time
Oh, yeah.
frame.
Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
402 is ready. Market. So the 402.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, it keeps trying to inch up.
Yeah. It'll go, it's got a capitulation right now. It'll go a little bit sideways or just back down a little, and then it'll make its next move.
Mhm.
He looks like he's doing questioning now, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So his statements really meant nothing.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of a blowout.
Thinkorswim hasn't published anything on him since 2:15.
Thinkorswim has gone swimming.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This bar right here is going to tell you whether it's going back up again or down.
Yeah.
And it's hovering.
Can you imagine doing this every day?
No, I have done this before and it's insane.
Make your eyes cross.
No way.
Well, the other thing is I only traded from 10:15 until 11 o'clock. And then I would trade from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Give yourself some hours.
Oh, there's amateur crap that goes on in between and you're gonna get burned when others come in. Like lunchtime, all the professionals are gone and the computers are just doing their thing.
I can tell you, this is not something I'd want to do very
No.
much.
No, too much life out there.
Yeah,
There we go, back up again.
So you see the two, you look at, you had it down because they were selling and now we're gonna make the move up.
Yeah,
And it broke above the previous candle, so. This is also for people who don't understand candlestick charting. You can get that out of this, not just VWAP.
yeah.
I want it to hit the 402 like I said it was gonna hit.
Here it goes. Yeah, it's getting,
there
oh,
you
it's
go.
past, there we are. Past
We
the
peaked.
previous high.
We're
Close, close, Mike.
Shorts are gonna get squeezed. Here they come.
There, yep.
There they
we
go,
are.
402.
402,
It's popped.
402.
Because I'm in.
Before or 4.
all right, we're at 402. Trade
At
402.
the side now.
Like the simulated platform is about 2 seconds behind everything.
Yeah, it sure is.
So I turned around and I bought the call. And down there with that hammer, Pat,
Yeah,
I'm already up $1,000.
yeah. That was quite a hammer down there.
Yeah,
That was
I bought 10 contracts,
that was a J hammer.
so I'm up 30%.
With the $1
Yeah, you can go have a
strikes,
drink now. With your
Well, at
thumb.
339, sold it, just sold it at 439. On 10 contracts.
Yeah,
with
nice.
the, with the
But
$1
it's by
moves,
following
we're up to
VWAP and the standard deviations.
Are we above the VWAP now, Jeff?
Yeah, 399.35 is the new VWAP number. This could get to 406 today.
Wow.
The thing you gotta look back on now, because you're in no man's land, you really gotta look at previous.
Let's see.
So if I go back and look on dailies,
We can do the tick on this too.
Go to
as always.
4.
I'm looking at the transactions and there's a lot of debits here. So I'm not certain. Now, if things are moving, it's different. We got some credits, but I'm just looking at the impact of all these adjustments. And the thing about when you delta neutralize the straddle, you neutralize directional benefit as well as directional risk. So this last one, 25-cent debit, I'm not convinced that this is a proper way to manage delta neutralizing at every dollar at market price. So the debits have outweighed the credits on these adjustments. So we're down a little bit. Let's see. So this, this is, you can't back test this. It can only be tested live. So if I look here at the close P.
Going back down, Mike, too.
Okay, I'll be ready. Yeah, we're down about $250 on this one after with all these debits we've been paying. So I don't see it as viable to do it this way. So we learned something.
I went back 10 days and we still, and it's above the 10-day high.
Last time at this point it went down. It's going down again, and then it's gonna go up. It went down right at this time.
yeah, but if you go back, Pat, to the real last price that they really were going after is 404.05.
Uh-huh.
Is that where you
Yeah,
think
like,
it's gonna
okay,
go?
How the hell did you get that, right?
Let me just look here. Oh, yeah, March 6th, 11 o'clock. God bless you.
Bless.
God bless you. The high of that day was 407.21.
Yep.
Yeah, just not enough. I mean, it's got to be a really volatile.
Yeah, this is the only way you can
Okay.
make money on this.
Mm.
And if I take it to a daily chart, you can kind of get an idea of the magnitude of move. Which is, that's what's happened.
Two
10
and
days
a half,
about to cross the 200 though.
2.5 points. Well, Nate, 4 points. From 2 o'clock.
Looks like I sold at the right time.
Yeah, you did. And you bought at the right time too.
And with 10 trades, the commissions will be killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got $1.30 if one straddle.
Yeah. How many have you done, Mike?
Oh, man, quite a lot.
5, 6, 7.
I've done quite a few here. I'm just looking at the credits and debits. Some of these are debits. Oh, that's the field orders here. And you can see that's been net. I'm doing market price, and that's obviously you don't want to be paying. We got a debit of 5 there, 5. They've got some credits and debits. So the net result so far is we're down. We're down.
Yeah.
Now, had we got some, as you pointed out, Pat, had we had some movement, this would have been great. But so the questions I have now are, is adjusting at 1 point intervals too tight? Do we need 2 point intervals? I don't know. Maybe we'll try that next time. We didn't get a move. If we got a huge move, we'd be all,
Yeah. Do you remember, and I know it was a little crazy the last time, was there a profit the last time? Because there was more movement then.
well, there
There
was,
was a profit, but it wasn't
It
drastic.
wasn't much. And it probably didn't cover the commissions either.
yeah, I was doing it here, but I was making mistakes because I was trying to build the orders as I went.
Yeah. Well,
And I messed up.
we'll give you
So,
a pass.
But I think even last time, we didn't get a huge move.
No,
Her moves, though, were a lot bigger. Leo, I think the first time you did this, didn't you make some money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just bought and sold. That's it.
Yeah, no DNA.
No DNA, nothing.
Yeah.
So your 546 is now down to 387 for the 399 straddle.
Okay.
yeah,
That's right.
And our net debits outweighed our net credits on the adjustment. So the DNAing has left us with more loss than just holding it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got creamed.
You got creamed?
Have a look at the 5 minute
Down
chart.
250 by,
You're
I lost half my position by down on neutralizing each step.
Mhm.
Not exactly pinpoint, but
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Mike, because the other strategy that now it's dropping like a rock. The other thing that I've done in the past is I put the strangle on or straddle on, and when it took off to one side, I sold one side. And then when it went the other way, then I sold the other side.
Mhm.
I mean,
That's-
kind of like I just did where I bought that call.
Yeah,
And you know what? So Pat, when you did, the last time we did this, you said, man, if you bought a call, well, I ended up doing it, but I
Yeah.
did it late. But that made me realize this goes in both directions. And I know you really don't like taking a straddle apart, but on the flip side of it, that's where you make your money.
If you can predict direction like you seem to be able to do, yeah, that makes sense. The other thing you could do is you strangle the announcement.
Yeah.
And stock moves.
Mhm.
Let me finish my point. Hold on. So you strangle, and then as the stock moves to one of the strikes, you move the other strike to it and turn it into a straddle.
yeah.
That's another kind of cool way to do it, I think.
The other thing on a kind of a dull day like this is what Jeff did when there's just a very large hammer and that one, what time was that? At
Like
2:30.
15 minutes ago.
2:36. Just by that direction and see what it does.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna drop it to 400.
Yeah, you're getting there.
You're almost there anyhow.
The profit we have on the current straddle, let's see, that straddle, it's actually down. What am I doing with the 402? Oh, we bought the
We
402.
bought the 402.
So I want to sell the 400 or buy the 400.
So the 402.
Darn it, I gotta move my Zoom window out of the way here.
Yeah, we're gonna sit right at 400, I give it.
It's going right back to the VWAP.
Yep.
Where
you
is
hit
that,
400.
400?
399.50 is VWAP.
No, it's trying to reach it, went over 400 or below 400.
We're at 400. Let me go ahead and get the next one ready. Right click, buy custom. All right.
That's your 11th trade.
Yeah, a lot of trades, and
Wow.
it's a little stressful.
Yeah, two stuff.
I'm going to lean towards broke wing butterfly as to trade this.
Me too.
Oh, I know, man. Unless you want to start.
Mike, turn on a 5-minute chart.
Okay. Hey, good morning. What time is it there, Francis?
Just coming up 6 a.m.
Well, thanks for getting up early, man.
See, I said it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
a.m. Yeah. See the wonderful triangle that started? You had the really big hammer for the completion of the triangle.
Right here.
And the triangle broke out and it's
Ah.
fully broken out.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, good
Uh,
catch.
That's a 5-minute chart.
And that supports Jeff going into a call right at that triangle.
Uh-huh.
That's when he went in. Yep.
All right, I'm going to go 3 more minutes and we can kind of wrap this up, I think. It's very, what's the word I'd say? It's like addictive to be doing this. I used to trade this way when I first started, and I don't like it.
Exhausting too.
It's exhausting, yeah. I much enjoy the piece of the strategies that we use.
Yep.
I
Amen.
just kind of get a tally of where we are, and I might have made a mistake, but it looks like we're down $200 or so, because I had a 61. Actually, we're down 287. So we're worse off than where we started with the way that we did it today. We didn't get the movement we wanted. And I think DNAing when a stock is vacillating 1 or 2 points is not a very smart thing to do. So more room for refinement. If it's something we want to do next time, we can maybe try something different. 2-point strikes, maybe use 5-minute bars instead of 1. Slow it down a little bit. Francis's input was really valuable. And then go from there.
And Mike, when you're talking about $1 strikes, $1 strikes, this is a 400 and some dollar thing. If it's a $15 stock, then if you have a straddle, 1 strike makes a big difference. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. What's that percentage? Why 1 out of 400 is minute in terms of
Too much.
percentage.
Yeah, too little.
Now, had we gotten a big move, this would be a different game and we'd have done really well. Looks like we're breaking down here.
Right down to where we started almost.
Mhm.
We're down to my hammer again.
No, the overall straddle's pushing up towards 4 again now though, too.
Really? I think it's a 296.
Well, to sell right now, to just sell out, not roll it. I'm at
Right, but 399 straddle right now is for $2.62.
Yeah, so the IV came out.
No
Time
IV.
is gonna start.
Everything gone. Yep.
And we only have an hour left, so time's gonna start coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we paid 546. I think, was it the 399 we got?
Yeah.
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 So he would have been down.
Well, I'm sitting on the 402. was my last DNA I did, and I'm sticking with that right now.
Mhm.
Oh, because you did DNA.
Yeah, I've been DNA. I did about 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them.
And how did you do?
Well, that's what I was watching, the overall value. If I cash out right now is getting towards 4. If I cash out at 4 and I was at 540, I think I made up about 60 cents of that. So I lost about 60 cents per
Okay.
contract, maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
in that neighborhood.
What do you think about this strategy?
It's too much.
Yeah.
A bar strategy.
It's like you're saying, if I had the movement go, it would have been great, you know.
I don't know how these people like Kenny Glick on Money Map do this stuff, man. It's too stressful for me.
Yeah.
I think there's much easier ways to trade this, but you know, we wanted to do it for some fun and we learned some things today. Maybe we'll do it next time and maybe alter up the strategy a bit. Unfortunately, we can't back test it though. That's the problem. It'd be not fun to back test. Actually, you supposedly can back test tick data in Thinkorswim. And I did it like 3 years ago and I found it to be cumbersome and clunky. Didn't work well. But they have, I don't see it now, I can't remember where it was, but they have something called on demand, which would allow you to systemize this and back test using tick data. But has anybody tried to use that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know where I've seen the on demand. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, basically it allows you to back test with live tick data, essentially. Just quickly, looking at the markets, Bitcoin is down a bit today. Let me turn off the VWAP.
On demand won't work because you're in a simulated versus real time.
So I'd have to use that in my real account if we did that.
Yeah, because it's up in the right-hand corner when you do it.
Right. So just taking a quick look, the markets are down a little bit. This is the S&P futures. So really a non-event, no real movement. We didn't make any money. You know, had we gotten a 2-3% movement in the SPYs, we would have been killing it, but we didn't get a move. That was our move today.
Yep.
So far. So yeah, I mean, that's what happens. You're not going to win all the time, and still don't know when to delta neutralize exactly. Obviously, we want to let it run a bit more. And in the absence of movement, it's you're probably going to lose. You're going to lose something. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, and Mike, if you would have let it run a little bit more than $1, you'd be back. You wouldn't be DNAing probably much today.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you almost had to do it in the neurotic way just to get anything, if there was going to be anything.
It felt like a neurotic way.
It's good to see this though, to see that, you know, the craziness doesn't work.
Yeah, there's a lot of teaching to it, that's for sure. A lot of lessons.
Yeah.
I think
All
for
right,
a dull one, just trying to find a hammer, that would be kind of, or the broken wings would be the only way to do it.
Yeah, I
but
like
look at
that.
how you could have made out on buying the call or buying a put only.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, really. That was where you said you bought a call, Jeff, right? And made $1,000.
Made
And-
$1,000 in what it was, like 10 minutes. And if I had turned around and done the put, I'd be up another $1,000.
Yeah, because you're right back almost down to there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you bought right here. And that was a hell of a
Yeah, I bought right when it broke above that hammer.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah, right about where your blue line is, about when I got in there.
Okay.
So that suggests needing to understand candlesticks as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yet
And I
another
think,
course.
the main patterns to understand would be the hammers. That's the big one.
Yeah.
The here's a inverse hammer up here marking the
Yep.
top. So just look for those. When you get long tails, when Pat saw that one, long tail, that's like, think of it as a slingshot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stretch, let go, boom. That's how I think about it in my head. Now we're dropping 396. Now we're dropping hard.
Yeah, I'm up at 535 right now, so I might still get out of this thing.
With some money. Profit.
With some money, yeah. I'm at 530, 538 right now. It's dropping a little.
Yeah.
Because I
Upside
started with the 402 there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
yeah.
could come down to 396.01,
Mm-hmm.
just so you know, Phil.
That's what VWAP says.
What's the next one down, Jeff?
396.
396. Yeah, that's below the open today, that's the lowest of the day.
Yep. All right, as much as I love being with all y'all,
Thanks,
uh,
thanks, Mike.
I need
Thank
to,
you.
I need a beer, so I'm gonna go get a beer.
Jeff is buying because he got that hammer.
There you go.
Go, Jeff. All right, Jeff, thanks for your help, and Pat, you're chimed in a lot today, Leo, and
Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff, everybody, thank you so much. It was a fun time, and we'll think about doing it the next Fed announcement.
Definitely.
Good day,
Thanks,
everybody.
Mike.
This was terrific. Thank you.
Learned a lot.
Bye.
Pleasure.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Really good.
I got a VWAP is what I gotta do. Thanks.